I'm Jo, I'm a clinical account manager. I worked at Medstrom since 2018 and prior to that I worked as a community nursing sister and service manager in the community. Well, there's massive challenges all across the NHS. When I was working clinically, just increase in patient caseloads and the complexity of getting patients out safely from hospital with the right equipment and having all of the treatment care pathways that they need. With Medstrom, bed capacity is a massive issue. Patients coming in with really complex conditions. Yeah, just supporting trusts with that. I was contacted by one of the tissue viability nurses in one of my trusts. They had a patient that came in for a removal of their sacrum due to a tumour. The patient was extremely complex and had multiple surgeries, and there was real concerns because the patient had to lay in one position for 3 days postoperatively. The patient actually developed pressure damage on their chest from where they were laying on the operating table. We talked about using Dolphin Therapy to support the patient so that they could reduce repositioning, but the patient had really significant pain issues as well, even when they were trying to change the patient's position for personal care. So they decided to opt for a rotational bed so that they could move the patient with minimal contact, but keep them in the same position because they had to lie on their left side. Because they went onto the Dolphin and the Eleganza 5, which is the rotational platform, it enabled the patient not to develop any pressure ulcers in any areas. The patient then moved from the Dolphin Eleganza 5 onto the Solo and the Aria Pro dynamic mattress, which helped to maintain them while they were going through that rehab process. And then they were stepped down completely, and she went home, no pressure ulcers. And yeah, it was just amazing to see the patient journey. We provided lots of education on the equipment prior to it going in, and the nurses found it really helped. Because I went to see the patient right at the end of her journey, and she was sitting in the chair, and we talked about kind of how she found everything, and she was so surprised by what equipment could be provided to her with the right level of support. The tissue viability team fed back to me that they couldn't believe that she didn't develop any skin damage because she had to lay in the same position for 3 days post-operative. And because it was quite a complex surgery, it highlighted to them when they have other complex cases that actually is this something we should be doing routinely for those patients, and looking at more of a journey for the patient in terms of what equipment is available to them and what support that Medstrom can give. So I think, yeah, they were really impressed. We are here for you on the front line this winter.